hey, don't just sit there doing nothing. Let's do another Meanwhile on Snapchat, and not just any Meanwhile on Snapchat. Best movie ever! If the cameraman were to pan down a little bit, and don't you dare, you'd see that I have some white foamy liquid on my pants, but I'm assured that it is shaving cream, so there's no need to worry, and some would wonder why I even brought it up to begin with. I know that I've never actually ever said why I call it the best movie ever, so let's do that now quickly. When the robot, artificial intelligence, eventually does take over in the future, it's going to want to kill all the humans, right? Yes, so this movie is going to be a blueprint about how we avoid that situation and how we save humans. Okay, let's get into the main three arcs of the movie first. Let's talk about BME. Best movie ever! That's not actually the real title. The real title, or working title, as I like to call it, is ACE. I Choose Life. Now, what is the main narrative of this movie? ACE is the first ever true artificial intelligence, and it follows him from a lonely old computer into a robot with a body, and then eventually taking over the world and wanting to kill all of us humans. There are three main stories that go on throughout this movie. There's the first one, which is the natural evolution of our planet. So obviously the rise of the machines is a big part in that, but also the destruction of our planet. Something that we're doing as humans. Bad humans! So there's going to be something called a super hurricane. This is going to happen in the past in the movie. It's not going to actually happen on screen, but basically a giant hurricane that goes from the part of American waters to the part of English waters. That whole place, a big hurricane. But in the actual movie, there's going to be a solar flare which wipes out all of the electricity on the earth. Ooh, that's going to be exciting. Another thing that's going to be happening in this movie is the Robot Fighting League. This is, as it sounds, robots fighting against each other. A lot of action, but some of the main characters are involved in this, so it is still important to the plot. And then the third, and some would say least important, but I'd say most important because it's the one that takes up a lot of the time in the movie, is the conflict between the Warlord and APH, or the American Patriotic hero, which is the team that Ace is on. So Ace versus the Warlord, that's the other conflict. Okay, great! Look at that! We know the basic idea of what's going on, but who's going to be in the movie besides Brad Pitt? Let's go through the main characters of the movie. Let's start with Ace. Ace is the first ever true artificial intelligence robot thingy, main character of the story. We'll get back to him. Then we have the hero. I don't have a name for him yet. He's going to be played by a sort of 60-year-old-ish Brad Pitt, handsome looking guy, probably Brad Pitt. He's the guy that created Ace, the first ever true artificial intelligence. Him and his partner, we'll get to his partner in a minute, back in the old days, created something which I call the H-1 artificial intelligence, basically human minus one, which is the hero's dog, Loyalty. So him and the partner created Loyalty. The partner was integral in creating the body of Loyalty, the dog, and the hero creating the mind of Loyalty, the dog. So let's get on to the partner. Okay, so the partner who helped the hero back in the old days create Loyalty is one of the main people that create the robots in the Robot Fighting League. Okay, so the partner creates the robots in the Robot Fighting League, and also the main benefactor financially of the Robot Fighting League is the Warlord King. Okay, let's get on to the Warlord King. The Warlord King created his own sort of city, civilization, dome type area somewhere in the Siberian tundra. So in the middle of the blizzard type area, super cold, he's created this dome, sort of like a utopia where there's parties all the time and it's sunshine, and he's created this area that he is now sort of separated from the world, and he's kind of a bad guy because he does send a nuclear missile to the United States, right to the White House. So that's a bad person act, I get that. But he's sort of manipulated into being the bad guy by Ace. Okay, more on that later. So now we have the Warlord King, who is this set up to be bad guy. We have 8, who is being created, and we have the hero and the partner. Now we have Ghost, who is my favorite character. She is the leader of the resistance against the Warlord King inside that area. And then we have APH, American Patriotic Hero, who he's basically the US face of the movie. So instead of the president or anything like that, you'll see this guy. He's the leader of the people that go and fight the Warlord King from the good guy's side, so the American side. He is the person who is in charge of Ace. Ace is sort of in the military version. Once Ace has the body, we'll get to that. So now the Warlord, he sends a nuke to America. That kicks off things, and then the American people are like, oh no, we can't have that. We need to create a group of people that can go and deal with this threat. So APH is the leader of that, and then the partner, he comes in because this is sort of in the future, robot related, and then he remembers the hero, and then they create Ace, the actual version with the body and stuff. Great stuff. There's lots to go through about it, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it in follow-up movies. So hit the like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to do YouTube-wise, because there's going to be more of this content coming soon.